tell everybody, make sure you put your hands where they can see. Because one thing about it, hands, when we see these hands, we know that you can't do anything with them as long as we see them. Parents, make sure when you give your kid your car, make sure he or she knows where the insurance card and the registration is inside their car. Also, I always recommend that a kid, if he already has driver's license on him, or if he don't have them, or he do have them, first thing about it, go ahead and get those things out before the officer come up there. Now they sometimes say, I'll see you fidgeting around doing stuff like that, and all you have to say to him or her is that I was getting my driver's license for you, officer. Tell him what you're doing, so he or she can feel comfortable. Then once you do that, and I'll ask them, sir, the reason why I stopped you is because you were speeding. Now, look at his face. His facial expressions tell everything. So his facial expression say, why did you stop me? I don't think I was speeding. But at that time frame, maybe you wasn't, or maybe you don't say, well, officer, I didn't think I was speeding, but here's my driver's license, and here's my proof of insurance. So just give him the driver's license. Here's my driver's license. And this is my father or my mother's car, because it's not his. Or this is my uncle's. So at that point of time frame, that will alleviate me, because that tag does not match who that person is once I grab that ID or that driver's license. So as I walk back to the car, I'm going to run him, see what his history is, and I can come back up and do two things. But one thing about it is attitude makes a difference. Now, I know he's not going to say this, but most of them say, why are you stopping me? Or, I wasn't doing anything. You don't have nothing better else to do. Da 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 da. Okay, man. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay? So, anything inside of that car, now I'm going to say something to you. I walked up to cars for many days with just mere suspicion based on the traffic stop or something that happened. But what happens is when I get here, our young men and young women love to do what now? And do what? Smoke. That weed. Okay, that good, that crank. You know, whatever you want to call it. You know, that loud. So when I go up there, I might just only have an intention to do him on a traffic stop, but now I got probable cause to get inside that car. Because of what? The smell. Okay? The smell of it. Now, good thing about in the state of Georgia and posted in the city of Atlanta, based on a small amount of marijuana, is only giving you a citation.
I didn't reach him home early. Sorry.
But you got to remember, there are other certain jurisdictions that don't follow their guidelines and their rules, which leads them to get inside their car. And one thing goes from another situation to the. And some counties require you to make your money before you even leave. So you got to figure a way to how to get the bail out before you leave. They would take you sometimes to the ATM and say, you need to withdraw. Or you're going to spend the night in jail. So you always have to know what county you're in and what place you're going. Yes, it is serious. I know. I drive in different places, and I was like, I'm going to make sure I slow down in these counties. But the one thing about it is, you want him to get home. No matter what, you want him to get home or her to get home. Because there's been situations and incidents where young women have not made it home. Now, let's say something about this here. You can record. Any law enforcement in the state of Georgia, in other places, you can record, but it's how you do it. It's very important. Take your phone, put it on record, turn it towards you, and just leave it there. Okay? You can call your mother. Because I've had times when kids have called their mothers while I was making a stop. Now, this ain't the time mom to be yapping and chapping and dad to be yapping and chapping. This is the time to be listening. Okay? You listen. Okay? And you can say to son, don't say nothing. We on the way, son. Just give them what they want and things of that nature. Because what you want to do is get your son back home, your daughter back home. Now, I say to all kids, and I tell this, be quiet. If they do take you to jail, make me work. That's what I get paid to do, is work. So be quiet. Don't say nothing. Say, I want my mother or my father, I want an attorney.
Yep.
You know what age they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they're 17, they're considered an adult. If they're 16 and under, they have to have the parental rights. So you need to say 16, if he's driving, he's got a learner's permit, he's going where he's going, he might get messed up. And that's one thing about it is, just be quiet. Say, I want my mother, I want an attorney. And until those two arrive, you say nothing. I'm just giving you the truth, because I see kids sometimes and I sit there and I say, just be quiet. But I can't say nothing because that's not my investigation. But that's not something I do, because what you do is, when everything now, we have body cams. We listen to you, everything that you can say, so just best to be quiet. Because what you want to do is you want to have your son, your daughter to get home each and every day. And that's one thing that I had to deal with when I was younger, because I got pulled over in Tennessee, in the 37, driving my dad's Corvette or driving my Mustang. And I had to deal with certain things, but I got through that. But I never drove fast. But one thing that you want to make sure to do is take your time to show them what they need to do in situations like that. Stop giving your kids a key to a car and don't tell them how to drive it. How to conduct yourself once you get in, and you was correct, how to conduct yourself. Because that's very important. And the key thing about it is, this youth is our future. This youth is our tomorrow.
Yes.
And what we want to do is make sure that they understand that we care about them.
That's right.
And one thing that my parents have told me, I said, don't say nothing. You know your cousin's an attorney, and you pick up the phone and you call him. And that's the only person you talk to. And we'll come get you. That's what you need to tell them. We'll come get you. Okay? Now, tell your kids about having other people inside the car with them. Okay? Because if you don't know who your kid's in the car with, and they might be holding a package, or they might do something wrong, because I've had that situation as well. So kids get in cars with people, people get in cars with them because they want to be cool. So they ask the guys, hey, man, you take me here, you do me this here, I got that. If that person has something inside that car, like some weed or some dope or some other thing, and if they drop it anywhere in between those seats, it's called wingspan. So can he get it? Can he get it? Can he get it the same way with a weapon? Can he get it? Can he get it? Can he get it? And that is very key. So if they pull all your kids out of the car, you still do not give them the right to search your car. You have that right, because their car is an extension of your home, and you have that right not to let them search your car. Now, there comes parameters with that now. But say, hey, I'm not giving you the right. This is my mom's car, this is my dad's car. They said that they can't give you the rights, and I'll get their rights. Now, they can do other things. They can bring dogs out, they can search, but that's what you call a legal search. It's seizure. So there's a lot of things that we give, but we have the ability to make sure that everything is safe inside of the car. Now, if they ask you if you have weapons, if you have drugs in the car, me, I know, but they ask me that question all the time. I was like, I said, why do you ask me if I have drugs in my car? What did you stop me for? I'm a little bit older. I said, what did you stop me for? You stopped me for speeding. I'll go ahead and take my citation, and I'm ready to move on, officer. And most of the times, they'll come back and they'll say a few other questions, and they'll let me go on my way. But that's not always the case. Now, I've been taken out of my car. I've been sent behind my car. Okay? And as they went inside, as they talked to me and tried to get inside my car, I said, no, I'm not giving you that. Now, you can do what you want to do, but I say, I'll tell you this very quickly. I'll tell you this. Be prepared for your attorneys to be giving my attorney a call. Mr. Kirby, we're sorry for any inconvenience that it might cause you. Here's your license. And they gave me a citation. I took it, kept it rolling, and moved on. But this is one thing that I say. Every stop is not the same. But how you get through that stop makes a difference. If an officer does something wrong with you in any situation, you make a complaint, you make a complaint, you make a complaint. Eventually that complaint will be heard, because the one thing about George Floyd, when his situation happened, later on, what did they do? They went back and looked at every complaint that was complained against that officer. And then guess what happened? A lot of those cases got adjudicated. And what? You don't hear about this, but a lot of times the city settled outside of court, so you don't see it. Mm-hmm. So don't think they don't settle. They do settle. You just don't see it, because most people have to sign a disclaimer. Mm-hmm. So what I want to do is I want to thank him for just sitting up here and just because but this is something that's very important, and I think that the youth need to know it as well as us, because kids that don't look like us don't get this discussion. Because they know why. Because they said the police officer is your friend. But I say one thing: if I look like you, I'm going to be respectful to you, and I'm going to treat everybody like I want to be treated. And that's how I teach all my officers who go on the street. Now, I've had made some mistakes, and I had to say, you weren't trained that way. Just be man or woman enough to admit to your mistakes, and you'll get through this. And some of them have, because I don't know if you didn't know about the Katherine Johnson situation, but I knew some of those narcotics officers who made the fatal decision to plant drugs inside of her house after they did an erroneous false drug raid, and they paid the consequences for that. So the one thing I said, you never have to do anything to anybody, because there's enough people out there doing wrong. You don't even have to put it on nobody. So thank you, young man, and I appreciate it.